Hey guys, Scorch here. In this video I will cover the tips and tricks that I use to solo the twin Ogron's trash in Highmaul. Now this method can be used on either normal or heroic, but will require you to have the appropriate raid lockout. For my talents, I've gone Beastmaster, making sure to take the adaptation talent for increased pet damage and survivability, as well as the Spirit Bond talent for the increased passive heal, as well as making sure that the pet that I'm using is set to tank spec. For glyphs, I use Glyph of Distracting Shot. I find it's a great range taunt, especially on trash. Glyph of Misdirect to help keep the threat on my pet. And lastly, Glyph of Mending, just to make sure that the pet stays alive. Alrighty, let's begin. To start off with, what you're going to want to do is Frost Trap one of these two ogres in the group, and then pull the other ogre back to the stairs. From here, you want to take him as close to the edge of the stairs as you can, and make sure that you just keep Mend, Pet, and Misdirect up at all times. Avoid any of the shield charges, and make sure that you re-CC the frozen ad in the back. Now, with these two smaller guys down, it's time to move on to the big ad. This guy proves to be the biggest pain in the ass in here. The tip for this guy is you want to pull him out into the center of the room. From here, you want to, again, make sure that you keep Mend, Pet, and Misdirect up. Avoid any of the earthquakes, and just continue to DPS. Now, during his intimidating shout, I would recommend not using Bestial Wrath to break your pet out of this. Instead, let it fear your pet away. This buys you extra time to make sure that your pet is nice and healed up before re-engaging. While you continue to fight this guy, make sure that you keep Mend, Pet, and Misdirect up on your pet at all times, and just continue to DPS. Once the big ogre is dead, we're ready to move inside and tackle the main part of this trash run. Now, within this room, you will be pulling the following guys. This guy at the front, one at the back left, one at the back right, one at the front right just as you come in the door, and just behind him there's another guy next to the third pack. Now during these fights, what you want to do is keep them in the hallway. This is the same idea as on the stairs. It just gives you plenty of range so that if the shield charge goes off, it won't draw any aggro. All three of the ads at the front of the room are quite easy to pull back to here, and you don't need to be too concerned about either pulling the three mages in the middle of the room or the triple pack on the side. Now once you've killed the first three ads in the front of the room, we'll be moving on to the two ads at the back. My tip for pulling the two guys at the back of the room is as follows. You can just do this on either side of the room. What you do is you come out to the wing, make sure that you've got good distance between you and your pet, and send your pet in. As soon as your pet pulls threat from the guy at the back, what you're going to want to do is just put your pet on passive, pull him back, make sure you spam heals on, and the only other thing to be aware of is when you're pulling the pet around these three mages in the middle of the room that you don't aggro them. But from here it's just a simple case of pulling him back into the hallway again and continuing to DPS as per normal. Now if you were having issues with the big ad, what you can do is wait for him to walk into the hallway, follow him up, and then pull either one of the ads on the left or the right all the way back to the stairs where you fought the original two ads. The only problem with this is that it really limits the amount of trash that you can clear and increases the time that it takes to clear the trash per run. And there you have it for solo Highmaul trash. If you enjoyed the video guys or found it helpful, please like and subscribe. If you've got any comments, questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments section below. I'll also put a link to the build that I used in the video description. Thanks again guys, and as always, happy hunting.